Hey everybody, welcome back to the RGR Football Channel. I know it's been a long last 2 weeks with free agency starting, the Chiefs missing out on free agents, and we're having some issues kind of understanding what's really going on in the team, and a lot of people are kind of losing their minds. Let's be honest about it. So I think that it's a good idea to really look at the team from a second week of the new year um, view and really get a good idea of what they're looking at in the long run because this team is not only trying to set themselves up to be good this year, but they're trying to set themselves up for the future. And that's really where I think that this draft year and this period of learning that the front office has to do is going to impact going forward. I really think this is the draft that it's going to happen. So let's kind of take a look at the free agency as it's gone on and see what the facts really are. People are looking in really in terms of they say it's a reality check, but I think it's more their own perception of reality in terms of the holes that are on this team. Yes, there is going to be some regression, some areas. That's with every team. You're not always going to be as good in areas that you were last year going forward unless you're continuously bringing in talent to those positions. The Chiefs have not done that very well at a few positions in terms of wide receiver, obviously backup tight end, defensive end that they have missed on quite a few draft picks. I think that Mike Dana is going to be a good rotational piece. I'm not sure he's ever going to be, a starting guy in terms of one, you can put him out there at left end and just leave him there, and he can stop the run and rush the passer. He needs to take a step forward in that pass rush department to be able to do that. So there's that. There's also some corner questions. I think that they have a good group there. If DeAndre Baker is healthy, which they expect him to be, so I think there's talent there. They've drafted guys that work for them, what they want to do. So that's looking up. But like I mentioned, the wide receiver group, now that they don't have Sammy Watkins, Demarcus Robinson to trot out their starters alongside Tyreek Hill, the depth has been tested there. Obviously, along the offensive line, they felt there were some issues going forward there as well. They tried to address them, and this is really where we can get into the free agency problems, whether it's due to teams understanding that they have a better pull with the players in free agency or not. Players are either wanting to play with the Chiefs in terms of the money side. They're coming to them, they're getting an offer, they're taking that offer, they're relaying it back to the team they actually want to play for, and really getting with the contract they want in the place they want to be for this year or going forward. That's going to happen. There's nothing you can do to really change a free agent's mind where he wants to play. And I know that the last few days have been tough seeing uh, Williams and Ingram both leave the facility without deals. And people wondering what that is. I truly believe that the Chiefs have a number in mind for everybody. And whether the player wants to accept that or not is up to them. And they're not going to move based on fans perceived need of position. Defensive end would be an area to add some pass rush. They did bring back Taco Charlton, and they have guys in the rotation that they like. They like Mike Dana. They like Tim Ward. They clearly like enough of what Taco Charlton brought to the table last year to bring him back, and I assume be the starter in alongside Frank Clark. I do believe they will also draft someone on day three. But having four guys there in your rotation allows them flexibility to not have to take someone on day one or two. So now with the free agency talk over, I think that you're going to see some veterans start to realize that this is a place to play for 1 year. They're going to probably go sign a left tackle and and get their starting five squared away. There is kind of a myth, reality, whatever you want to call it, going around about the Chiefs' offensive line having more holes than it actually has. Its only hole is at left tackle. You have Tooney as your starting right guard, left guard, excuse me. I believe you have Allegretti as your center. If not, Austin Ryder has an offer on the table that we assume, so he could also come back and be a stopgap center. He knows the system. He'd be able to play. Or you can also draft the center and have him come in and compete. I believe Allegretti is fine at center. Personally, they drafted him to be a center. You can let him be a center. You have LDT and Long battling for position at right guard. You still have Wiley as a backup at guard, and you also have Remmers as your starter at right tackle, and you can bring Lucas Niang along and let him start whenever he's ready. So the offensive line is really set outside of that left tackle spot, and I believe they will draft one. So let's just put that to bed. There's no more holes than the left tackle spot in reality. That's what it is. So this draft is a great opportunity for the Chiefs front office to learn from their past mistakes. They have to stop trading up to get players just because they like them. For example, McCole Hardman, Breland Speaks, the numbered 1 and 2 guys that they've traded up for and missed on. So they have to be a little bit better with their evaluation process. Talent is going to be everywhere in these drafts. Wide receiver is very deep with its talent. They haven't drafted wide receivers very well, but this is going to be, for me, the draft that separates them, the Chiefs front office, from what they've done in the past to what they have to do in the future. We might see a trade back. I'm hoping they see a trade back because that will allow them to acquire more picks and get more talent. And I do think that there's going to be a tackle, if not at 31, a little bit later in that first and early second round area that they can get and bring along with a veteran left tackle. So this is the reality of the free agency period and what's gone on to this point. I'm more optimistic than a lot of people, I think, just because I know and I really kind of see what the team sees in terms of the players that they have and the players that they like. That's not always going to work out for them, but I can understand trying to trust your process and getting the players you like there. But the depth is going to be tested this year. So they're going to have to do a better job of filling those holes with quality depth players in the draft and in some of the deeper parts of free agency. So I hope this was a little calming for you guys, just kind of a really a reality check for everybody, even myself, just kind of going through it and over it in my own head. So let's just kind of see how it goes in the next couple of weeks. The draft is in, a little bit over a month now. So we have some time to just evaluate the team, see what they end up doing in the next few weeks to add some pieces here and there. So again, just kind of calm down as much as you can and let free agency play out, let the draft play out, and really reevaluate after the roster is ready to go into training camp. That's really all I got for you guys. So have a great day, and just remember, it'll be okay. They have Patrick Mahomes.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.